everyone, it's David Matlock with Berkshire Hathaway here. I got a haircut, I'm shaved, so I will no longer be looking like an ungroomed man-child in my videos. And I also centered it up for everyone. I got some comments saying that it was off-center, so this is for my OCD clan out there. Today we're going to be talking about what I believe are some of the three best home loan mortgage packages for first-time home buyers. So right now, everything's really expensive, and the, conventional loan, the conventional loan is 20% down, a minimum 620 credit score, 20% down, especially in an area like Macon where, the median home price is closer to like $250,000. I don't know how many people, just have $40,000 to $45,000 for a down payment ready to go. So if you're a first-time home buyer, there are options available to you that are more affordable and would be more beneficial for you. And so there isn't necessarily a best loan. Now, obviously, a conventional loan with a 20% down, you don't have PMI, which we'll discuss later on. But the right loan really is just what caters best to your situation. What can you make the payments work at? What is best for what you're dealing with. So there's not really a best loan. I mean, if you're looking to, buy investment properties, is it a great idea for you to just get an FHA loan? No. You're probably not going to be able to because it's multiple properties. But the idea is there are loans that can cater to your situation best. And so here are three of the ones that I think cater best to, in our area here in Middle Georgia, new homeowners. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the FHA, and most specifically the FHA Georgia Dream, okay? Now, Georgia Dream is a state program that is trying to encourage home ownership for low to middle income families and households. So there are income limits for this loan program. Now, a standard FHA, as most of you know, is 3.5% down, okay? So Georgia Dream is a little different because they offer down payment assistance, and that is a 5% or a $10,000 max, whichever is lesser. So if it's like a $105,000 house, $120,000 house, 5% of that is going to be like 5,000 or something like that. So you won't get that 10, but whichever is lesser in that scenario, you would get the 5,000 instead of the 10. But it's either one, the 5 or the 10,000. Or it goes up to 6 or 12,500 if you are a healthcare professional, active duty military, a public protector, or an educator. So that limit does extend up a little bit more if you are in one of those fields. So Georgia Dream, there is a second underwriter in that process. So whenever you're getting a loan, if you're dealing with a lender, you have an underwriter for that loan that's basically trying to package that loan up so they can, repackage it and sell that loan, because there's so many things going on behind the scenes in the financial sector. It's like your loan is then getting sold off for someone else to take on that debt. Like, there's so many ways this loan is being handled. But most importantly, there is a second underwriter. So it has to go through two underwriting processes. One is the lender that you're dealing with, and then the second is the Georgia Dream underwriter. So sometimes those Georgia Dream loans take about 35 to 40 days to close, and they can be a little bit of a headache sometimes. There's a lot of paperwork you have to do. There is actually a 1 to 3 hour course that they make people take that basically, is trying to educate you on, home ownership, paying back the loan. So the Georgia Dream, it is technically a second mortgage, but you do not pay on that during the life of the mortgage. It is, however, repaid when the property is sold. So when you transfer ownership of that property, or whenever you sell, to clear the mortgage, because you have to pay off all mortgages first before you can get the proceeds of the sale. Before you can get paid, you also have to pay off that Georgia Dream amount. So if that affects your margins when you sell your house, that's something to consider if you get a Georgia Dream loan. But if you are a first-time home buyer and you believe in the long term, you're going to be there at least 5 to 10 years, and you believe in the long term prices are going to keep going up, then it's really not a bad loan to get. But it is something to consider. Second loan, number 2, the USDA loan. Okay, So this is a federal program for low to moderate income households, okay? But it is specifically tailored for rural home ownership, okay? So there are income limits similar to Georgia Dream, like you can't make beyond a certain amount, and I believe it's 115% of the median income for that area. But it is restricted to specific regions. So if you look on the map, there's actually an eligibility map they have on the website for the USDA loan. All the metropolitan areas, so like Georgia, Macon, Warner Robins, Milledgeville, Griffin. If you look on that map and you'll see all these metro areas, they are excluded, but all the surrounding areas, the surrounding counties to those metro areas are generally eligible for the USDA loan. So Monroe County, Jones County, Lamar County, Jasper County, Twiggs County, a lot of those areas are going to be perfectly suited for a USDA loan. So if you're looking to buy in some of those areas, a USDA might be something you consider, because along with encouraging home ownership in those areas, USDA loans, you have the ability to get a home with 100% financing, so you don't have to put anything down to finance your house. Now, it doesn't mean you won't have closing costs, you won't have, lender fees and things like that. So it's not like you're just going to close on a house for free and then you just make payments on it. There are things you're going to have to pay. Now, if you have a good realtor, they can, negotiate some of those costs down for you and get those credited back to you. But generally, you're still going to have a little bit of costs when you close, but you can get up to 100% financing. So, and if you are looking to buy, a house with some land and you just can't really afford that down payment for the house and it's in a rural area, the USDA loan really might be something that is perfectly suited for you. All right. Okay. The next loan is the conventional 97. This is a 3% down conventional loan. Okay. So the first two are government-backed loans. Okay. What that means is they are government insured if you were to default. Now, a conventional 97 is a private loan, right? It is backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is they're kind of like a quasi-government corporation. Technically, they're not part of the government, so it's technically a private loan. So, since it is below 20% down payment, you will have PMI. That is something to consider. However, the thing about USDA and FHA, Georgia Dream, the houses have to fit federal housing regulations. No peeling paint, all appliances have to be functioning. The conditions of the home have to be livable right there. So there's going to be some repair requirements if the house is not, in tip-top shape. A conventional 97 is a conventional loan. So if you are using a conventional 97 and you're like, I don't mind a project, I don't mind a fixer-upper, this house has everything we want, but it won't go FHA or USDA or VA, whatever you're using. The conventional 97, 3% down, might be the right option for you as a first-time home buyer, okay? And PMI goes away, I believe, once you're halfway through the life of the loan, or once your share of the equity is at 20%. So once you get an appraisal and they say, oh, you're 3% down, your house appraised with an increase in like 18% value, that increase, and that matches that 3% you have, that little room you got, so imagine you have that whole pie and then you add another piece, that basically then removes your PMI, okay? Because you'll be at 20%, you'll have 20% skin in the game for that house. It enables you to buy a home that needs, renovating. It's eligible for co-ops, condos, mobile homes, and obviously single family homes. So this is a loan that is great for you if you are not scared of rolling your sleeves up and buying a dream house that you're willing to fix up. Okay. So to recap the three loans, all right, we have the FHA Georgia Dream, the USDA and then the conventional 97 or the 3% down conventional loan. Okay, if you are a first-time home buyer, just know I am not a lender. I am not the one handling your loans. But if you were to work with me, I would be recommending these loan types, or I'd be working in coordination with your lender, asking them, hey, can my client qualify for these? But I am not eligible to sell this. This is full disclosure. This is just me telling you what my clients have dealt with, what I've dealt with in the wild, what type of offers I've gotten for my clients that are selling their houses. So this is not financial advice, so don't sue me. But if you have any questions, or you'd like to get in touch with a lender or in touch with a realtor, me, about potentially learning more about this, how you can utilize some first-time home buyer options to help you get into a home, comment down below, DM me, reach out to me via Facebook, email me, and all my contact information will be attached down below. If you have any ideas for any videos you'd like me to take on, let me know. I'd love your feedback. And thank you for joining me for another video. Please like and subscribe and share this video so more people can have access to my content. Thank you.